This bitch in her name was Janetta. The first day I met her, from my heaven got better. I had her on the plane for a couple of days, but for some strange reason, baby couldn't get paid. It was kind of confusing. Yo, what it do, TV Land? What it do? What it do? What it do, TV Land? What it do? It's Friday, man. Y'all be safe out there over the weekend. Y'all know my motto, don't drink and drive, man. You feel me? Yes, sir. Hey, look here. Y'all see what the top title say today, man. The top title, man, YouTube world. Y'all see what the top title today. You see what the top title say today, man, YouTube world. You see what the title say, man. Young Thug, plead bargain under extreme conditions. Young Thug, plead bargaining under extreme conditions. See, I wasn't going to highlight the title like a lot of these cats is highlighting these titles and shit, man, you know, just to make it catchy and to draw people to it. You feel me? They lie on the title. Like one particular title say, watch Young Thug walks out of court freely after an epic speech. Like, come on, man. See, this is like I'm saying, it's so much misguided and misconstrued information out here. So today, I decided to touch on this YSL case after how long it's been going on. I ain't never even spoke on it. Never really did a reaction video on it, on him or the little Woody situation. None of this shit. But I chose to come on today and speak on it in reference because I think based on the circumstances and how this young dude had to make his decision because he's seen himself under extreme pressure and he knew he wasn't going to be able to go lay down and do that time like that. So he was able to work out a situation because his pocketbook was fat. Let's get this understood right now. Because his pocketbook was fat, then his defense team was able to negotiate with the team who was trying to put him away, which is the prosecuting team, because of those reasons. So they was able to come up with numbers and minimize the numbers to negotiate to come with a situation where it was beneficial for both parties. So we're going to talk about that today. That's why I'm here to touch bases on. I'm not here to ridicule, you know, or things of that nature. I'm here to basically educate the young out there because, again, y'all highlighting the wrong shit. You glorifying the wrong bull crap when y'all should be seeing through the message and take heed off of this and learn from it. Stay glued to your seat, man. Stay glued to your cubicle, wherever you at work, driving your truck right now, because I know I got a gang of truckers that support me and follow me, man. Wherever you at, you on the road, you listen to me on my radio station, man, any one of my radio stations, man, Apple, Spotify. Hey, man, stay tuned, glued to your seat, don't go nowhere. It's your favorite host, CEO Nino Cappucino, AK Bonnie Hunter, BJ, the Breeze in. Let's go. Oh, what it do? Luke, what's up, Luke? Mr. Derek Mallory is in the building. What's up, D? Yay. She was better than a motherfucker, pretty light brown with ass like a motherfucker. Someone took her off of the tray, baby took the shoes off and now we off in the leg. When we got to my crib, she put down the pants, talking about she can get a best lap dance. My curiosity to kill the cheater, we hit the spearmint line out off Alameda. Now she was kinda young but still slick with the words. The best thing I ever did was take her off the curb. Cause her first day at work, baby girl wasn't playing, she damn near made a G and had everybody say so. Dedicated to the bone. Dedicated to the bone. Dedicated to the bone. She keeping the trees. Dedicated to the bone. Dedicated to the bone. Dedicated to the bone. She dedicated to the pole. Y'all know what it is. Hey, man, it's your favorite host, CEO Nino Cappucino, a.k.a. Bonnie Hunter, BJ, the Breeze, man.
Hey, we up in this joint, man. Hey, listen, like I said, I want to come touch bases on this YSL situation for the first time and give my reaction and my opinion to educate those. To educate those that's out there, man. The young women who's single, who got sons, 18, 19, 17 in these streets, man, looking up to these type of cats, you know what I mean, as well as myself. I want to be able to educate my folks. I want to be able to explain to y'all the differential, meaning the difference between being set free, beating your case completely in trial, or plea bargaining. So you niggas call plea bargaining snitches. It's like y'all call Gunner snitch. You put a jacket on the young nigga Gunner because he pleaded out. He took a plea bargain. You feel me? And plea bargain is all fair game, period, for anybody. If you plead out on your case, but the only way you can plead, let me start breaking shit down right quick. Let's just say there's 3 crimes involved, right, in a case. You can only plead bargain out on your case if you come into agreements with your other 2 crimes. They got to agree. All 3 of you guys got to come to agreement because we all in the same court. We all go to court together. We all in the same courtroom. So unless we got separate trials, separate cases, and even if we got separate trials, separate cases, this go to show you how protocol is done. This is how it's supposed to be done. If my 2 crimes is separated from me for its courts, then you know what? If we're not in the same modules, then we're going to get kites to one another in them county jails. We're going to write to one another, and I'm going to tell them my situation like, look, we got action to take a plea bargain. My attorney told me, man, we can plead out. We can get 5 years for this shit, man. They're going to give us 10 total, but we can get 5. We're going to get credit for the time served. We've been down 2 years already. We out here. Or one of them might say, man, the hell with that shit, homie. I'm going to take mine to trial. My attorney said I got action to beat him because they never identified me. And he got action to do that if he choose to. But we have to make that decision as crimies. So if we all come with the decision, all right, well, shit, I'm plea bargaining out. Mikey said he going to plea bargain out. He plea bargain out. John Doe said he going to trial. Okay, fuck, he going to trial. He taking his own chance. Has nothing to do with the other 2 crimes. All right? So let's get this understood, what a plea bargain means. So now, upon Young Thug's release, because this is what it's just, he got a release. He's not free. He's on probation, still doing jail time at home. He got to still do jail time on the streets, which is the best way to do it if you got to do it. But this is where the triggeration comes in at. So I'm going to break it all down for you guys. And then I'm going to share the video with you guys. So here's where the triggeration comes in at. And the video will show you the same thing of what I'm explaining to you in my commentation and my commentary, and me reflecting on my reaction to the video of what I seen and how this plea bargain went. When I heard he got a plea bargain, I already knew what the situation was. I didn't have to see the video. I'm very familiar with it. So this is what's happening. Now, Young Thug took the initiative. He's already been down 2.5 years. What y'all don't realize, TV land, and what I need the youngsters to understand and really realize out there, that this young boy walked away with 40 freaking years, man. They sentenced this dude. If he wouldn't have took the plead out, he was going to lay down for 40. See, everybody wants to sit there and talk about that like this little nigga Woody, and I ain't gonna get on that little nigga head and none of that shit because this ain't what my videos is even about. Because I can care less who the nigga told on, snitched on, whatever. I just want to explain to the young out there to educate them. And the young nigga can change his ways and redeem himself. Feel me? So I'm not going to even go there. The point of the matter is I'm trying to educate those and educate our youngs out there in these youths, man, to stop glorifying this bullshit and y'all don't get caught up in the hype, man, because you could be sitting in that seat, but only you ain't got no pocketbook. You ain't got no pocketbook to afford no high-power attorneys. You're going to have public pretenders, and they're going to send your ass up the ways. So it's a difference, man. So now, from the very beginning, Young Thug wouldn't be sitting in the situation he'd be sitting in and all the rest of his crime, these YSL niggas, if the Woody nigga wouldn't have opened that door from the very beginning. Let's get that understood out there in TV land and TV world up front. He opened that door. I don't give a shit about no, oh, he the smartest nigga. He's sure I'm going with that. That young nigga was under pressure from the very beginning. They pressured him. And he was mad at them for whatever his reasons was, and he gave up the information. When he got caught up and realized what he had done, he came to his senses, obviously. So when he went to court, he flipped the script on the court system. Feel me? And he's entitled to do that, but that doesn't exempt. You created this whole problem from the very, very beginning. Nobody would have knew nothing if he would never open his mouth and help establish the information from the investigation that was going on down there at ATL on this YSL crew. So let's get that clearly understood out there, TV land, to all my youngers out there. So from that point, he flips the script. He goes in. I don't recall. Now, I don't recall becoming this big old thing now to the new America. But real G's and real individuals from the streets and real individuals already know the rules and really know, man. Feel me? But we ain't in y'all world. This y'all world. And y'all choose y'all rules however y'all choose y'all rules. The real ones know, man. They know. So now moving along. So now the world is thinking what he did and what he's doing helped this man. He gonna beat his trial completely. This is why education is so important. This is why going to school is so important. This is why you got to change your mindset. Let me explain something to you guys. It's called the original statement, the final statement from arrest reports. This is how they build cases and they send the case on to the district attorney. When the district attorney get the case, he got an arrest report. He got a report from the original individual who was involved in the case, whether it's a confidential informant or this person decided to flip on his crime. All this is already handwritten and signed with a signature from that individual from the police precinct through the detectives. Understand this, education. So from that, I don't give a damn if you decide to flip the script and go get retarded. You know what the district attorney can do by right and by law and what they're going to do? They're going to take the original reports and they still going to suppress and move on with that trial. And in that trial, as long as they show with the circumstantial evidence or the preponderance of evidence that they may have against that individual, as long as they can prove it and show it with a 12 jury in the box, and that 12 jury is convinced, they can find your ass guilty. And 90% of the time they do, because that's how they operate. That's how they build their system. So if you don't have any money, you can't fight the system. You can't fight back because it looks totally different when you walk in the courtroom suited and booted with a suit on, you know what I mean? And you sit down and you're looking at the judge clean as a whistle from the outside. It's a whole different defense when you're sitting there and then you got defense on your side, which is an attorney, not a public pretender. It's a whole different ball game because now you and your defense ain't got nothing to do with this over here with the prosecution team who's trying to take us down. So they looking like, damn, especially if your lawyer got a name already in the jurisdictional system and he got wins under his belt. Oh, that's a threat. So you got action. So you see the picture that I'm drawing here. It's a whole different ball game. So now, what has happened, Young Thug came to grips with himself and realized, sitting down in that situation for 2.5 years, first time in his life, never doing time, and realizing these folks about to give me 40 years, man. Federal time, not state, federal. They about to give me 40 years, man. 40. I'm too young, man. I'm a rich nigga, man. I'm used to eating caviar and fucking bitches, you know, 3 or 4 bitches at a time and running around buck wild, man. I can't do no 34, 35 years, at least 33, 38 years. I can't do it, man. It ain't in me. And by right, he have the right to make that decision as a young man. It's his decision. It's his prerogative because that's exactly what he done. He came to grips with himself. Thank God he still have a father that's alive, that's around. He got a mother. He got family to love him. That young nigga, I didn't even know he had 10 siblings. He got 10 siblings. So he got people that depend on him and love him to the point where they was like, man, if you could plead out and they willing to give you a deal, take whatever deal it is so you can come back home. So you can live to see another day. So this is what happened. He took a plea bargain. He pleaded out. So the 40 years he was facing, the 40 years that they was going to give him the 40 plus. Let me get that correct, because if he'd have lost in trial, he's going to get that 40 plus. The 40 years that he was going to give him, the judge gave it to him, but they broke it all down into numbers. They broke it all down to figures of numbers. 5, 10, 15, 20, then another 5, 10, 15, 20. They broke it down into numbers. This is what the video explains. So when they finish and with the consecutive, when you run consecutive, now if they'd have broke the numbers down and ran them bow-legged, oh, he'd still be locked up. He'll still be doing time. But what made it win for him was because they ran everything concurrent. They ran everything consecutive, which is meaning together. So that 2.5 that he had, he got good time credit for the 2.5, which made 5 years. That's why y'all see him released, man. Because he really had 2.5, that 700 days he had to go do. He had that to go do, but they credit him because of the time he was in. So this is why you guys see him released. You know what I'm saying? So you need to understand the metric system and the numbers. So I'm going to play the video in a second so you guys can see the breakdown on the numbers and you can understand this is why this man is home. Don't go nowhere. Stay glued in your seats. You tied in, you tuned in, you buzzed in. Rules of engagement, 2414. Go push that like, share, subscribe button. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. Let's go. That chat box.
She keeping it free, I-M-E-I-N-G. Pop that pussy just for me. Bring the road to a bad. Mama get her man.
What up, John Doe? Let's go. All right, TV land.
Young Thug will be free any moment now. Now, he was sentenced to time served, and he will be placed on 15 years of probation. And pretty much everyone was saying that Young Thug was going to be gone for a long time. It seems like his lawyers proved it. He only did time served. I think he was locked up for 2.5 years, but he's coming home, and he has to do 15 years of probation. Now, with probation, he can't do anything. He can't smoke, he can't drink, he can't be around weapons, he can't do anything. Now, if he does, he goes back to the same judge, and he might go back to jail for that 15-year sentence. So, just wanted to give you guys some news. So let me know how you feel about this in the comments. Young Thug is free on people
who think this is cool, this is what I want to do. Look at him, he's a millionaire. I can do that by being, a gangster in the streets. And that's not true. What you're likely to have happen to you if you're a gangster in the streets is you get shot, you get killed, or you get thrown in prison. And those are, by far the most likely outcomes. And, you've been in here watching the trial, and you've seen the pictures of...
What's going on is the judge is talking to him prior to her getting ready to hand down her sentencing, right? And I don't even have to play the video because I basically primarily told y'all the numbers. And what's going on is she's giving her speech before handing down her actual sentencing and taking in the plea bargaining. And what Young Thug did was, because his team advised him as well and explained to him that the smart thing for him to do is to make a public apology. It's being smart. So this is what you see on the video. This is why you're seeing Young Thug apologize to his family, apologize to his loved ones, apologize to the victims, apologize to the court system, the police, sheriffs, everybody involved. He apologized to him. for sympathy for his sentencing. Now, upon my closing, this is where the twist comes in at you guys. 20 years hanging over your head. 15 of those years are probation, but you got a total of 20. Keep this in mind. Well, how you got 20, Cap? They said he got 15. How you got 20? No, he have a total of 20. If you go back and listen to the numbers, he have 15 years in probation. How do you do 100 hours every year for 15 years? You got to perform public service, community service duty for 100 hours. Y'all know when T.I. got caught up and they made T.I. do that public service announcement with the stop the violence and stop crime shit. If they tell him to do that, he got to do whatever they direct him to do. He got to do it. It's in his conditions. So this is the catch-22 and the messed up part about this deal. Unless a Young Thug totally redeem himself, which is already mandatory, he got to redeem himself. They put him in a no-win situation where the only way you're going to win this is you got to totally redeem yourself and give it to God now and walk a whole different path. Because all them old niggas who been waiting on you to come home, all them niggas who been cheering on you while you was in jail, you can't see none of them cats. They can't sneak and come see you, none of that. Guess what? If you think you're going to be able to go around and sneak and see niggas, well, they're going to have a fine-tooth comb watching his ass, waiting on him to slip up. I dare him to go around one gang member, and we know he's a member, or we're going to book him. We're going to book him based on the fact of what to do, damn, my daughter called him, man. We're going to book him based on the fact of what Woody did and made a fool out of us in the trial setting and cost us all this money. So anytime any one of them slip, including Woody, they're going to book the shit out of these dudes. So the only way Thugger can win, he got to change his whole identification now. He asked in his conditions, can he still work with Gunna? Whatever his relationship is with young Gunna. He asked for certain conditions. They kicked him out of the A. They don't even want him in around that county. They only want him in them communities. They don't even want him around. So what do you do for 15 years now when you got to move to a whole different area or somewhere where you're not from and start a whole new life? Like DMX had to do when he moved to Arizona. This is New Yorker. This is a nigga coming out the Bronx, feel me? Straight out the gutter with it and had to move to Arizona to the desert, which was the best thing for him when he made that choice because he said it himself for him and his family. However, this is the only way Young Thug is going to survive and beat this 15. And it ain't even the wording of beating it. Give it back to him because you don't beat 15. The only way you beat it is by giving it all back to him. He got to walk off 15 clean years, man. 15. He can't get high. All the things he was so used to doing and so used to, he can't do it no more. He can't get high. He can't get drugged up. He can't pop pills just to go do music. He can't do none of these things. Same thing for the Cookie Monster when he get his chunky ass about the feds. He can't come out here drinking 40 ounces and doing all the shit he think he can do because they're going to put him under conditions. So y'all got to understand what conditions mean and what probation mean, man. It's hard to walk off probation if you're not willing to change your life and your program and your mindset. Then it's hard as hell. 2 years you can get violated. Within 2 years you get violated on probation if your mindset ain't right. If you ain't changing the people you're around or the situation that got you in the situation in the first place, your ass will be violated and back in that situation, man. Straight up. So imagine 15 years to 20. So real quick, break the number down. Let's say he stay out 2 years, Bounty Hunter BJ, and he end up violating. What's going to happen? He been home 2 years. Keep remembering, he got an extra 5 over here sitting, which made that 15, 20. Feel me? So that's minus them 2 he done did on the street already, right? Right? That's still 18 years left. They're going to book him and give him the whole 18 and send him on up his way. Ain't no 10, ain't no 7 off the violation, ain't no 5 off the violation of that 18. He getting the whole 18. It's in writing already. It's in his conditions. It's in his conditions, in his plea bargain. They already said it to him in court. You violate, we giving you the whole remainder of the extension of your time. You ain't getting no year, 2, 3 year violation. See, this ain't the state where they can fumble with you back and forth, violation after violation. Feds don't do that. We need that time up out you now. We gave you action, sent you out there, probation, put an ankle bracelet on you, gave you all these conditions, and you couldn't do that? Oh, no, come on, lay down, man. We're going to watch you for the next 18 years. We're going to monitor you. That's how they go, man. So to all my youngers out there in the world, man, all my youngers out there thinking this shit is a game, thinking it's a joke. It is not a joke. It's not a game, man. Young Thug is free based on his decision as a man and his growth and his team that was behind him and the people that love him and God, man. Guarantee. So the only way he going to be able to get out here and restructure himself, he got to drop a lot of people. He cannot be around people. He can't take on their calls, their phone calls, no nothing. So a lot of you niggas going to be mad. A lot of you is going to be mad, especially you who was staying down with him while he was in trial and really stayed down. It ain't his condition to be able to reach out and get at y'all because he can't. Feel me? So, you know, I mean, he may reach out to certain homies he may want to reach out to, but it ain't going to be him personally. You can bet your ass that because he can't, man. So y'all got to get a man his props and respect and allow the man to grow and change, bro, because that's the only way he going to get off this 15 years of probation, man. Straight up, man. It's called a plea bargain. Young Thug didn't beat shit. He didn't beat his trial. He didn't get released freely because he's not free, man. Get that out your mind and quit glorifying the wrong thing. Hey, man, it's your favorite host, CEO Nino Cappucino, a.k.a. Bonnie Hunter BJ, the Breeze in, man. It's the weekend. I want y'all to be safe out there, my folks. You know my motto, man. Don't drink and drive, man. Don't drink and drive. And we can't help it over here in Watts. We always talk to survive. Ha! Yeah, and I'm out this joint. What we missing in there? Damien, what it do? Texas Made in the building. I see you, Texas Made. I see y'all. I'm out here, folks. Dedicated to the bone. Mr. Thurston Howell. Cody. Jordan Wood. Pick up on this business.